thing that didn't bite me first.
In this painting, I was thinking in terms of combining candy.
I will if you make it first.
My name is Gary Gaydos, manager of the Florissant Civic Center Theater.
Hi, my name's Gary Gaydos, manager of the Florissant Civic Center Theater, and I'm proud to be here with another edition of On Cue. You know, we don't have a lot of foreign guests on our show. Usually they're domestic kind, but the Alpha Players are bringing in a new show, Spamalot, originally from Monty Python, and his world is joining me today on stage. I have the French Taunter and King Arthur himself from the Round Table right here in the studio, a.k.a. Todd McCallie and Danny Brown. Guys, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hello, good morning to you. Good morning.
Great to be here with you.
As well.
How was the flight over? Was it enjoyable?
Well,
I don't like planes, I'll be honest with you. I'm not familiar with them. I'd rather a good, steady boat any day.
There you go. There you go.
Right.
It's. I thought your arms were going to be tired, but that's all right.
I don't understand.
All right, that's an American.
That's a good
kind
joke,
of cliche.
yes.
That's a good joke we missed. No, but it's great to have you here. Spamalot is originally based actually on Monty Python's comedy, which comes to us from the British Isles.
Right.
Great show that was on TV for the longest time. Any idea how many years that graced the late night shows?
I believe it was about, I think they did 6 or 7 seasons.
Right. No, it wasn't so much that the show went so long, so much as their legacy is what really endured, you know? Yeah, sorry.
Monty Python created a movie in there as the show became more popular. And actually, this movie is based, or the Broadway show is primarily based on the plot of the movie.
Right, no, it's a play based on based on the film, which is actually based on true events. So, if you think about it, it's actually fivefold. Pardon me, threefold.
Threefold.
Fine, yes.
So if you enjoyed Monty Python, and if you got to see Monty Python and the Holy Grail, then you will enjoy this Broadway show. Actually, it's better than all those put together.
But it's not just if you enjoyed the Monty Python. It's enjoying the Monty Python, the Holy Grail, the body of work that Monty Python has brought to us. Because it's not just that movie, they have several other movies. Okay. Now, if you like musicals, if you just like the musicals, you go like to have a good fun, and good times. You want to sing and dance. You go see the musicals, and it combines how many, sir? 5.
Of course.
5 different elements,
yes,
all in one night of
For the
entertainment.
price of one.
Well, for the price, forget the price.
Yes,
don't worry about the price.
I would pay anything to see the show. Like
Of course
this.
I would.
Right, I
It's
would.
live theatre. No. You're not putting this on a small telly in your living room. No. You go to a theatre. It's a night out.
We have an orchestra in the pit.
I sure hope so. It's not going to be a musical
Counting
without
on
the
it.
orchestra.
We have a great amount of songs in the show. Do you have any idea how many songs you're going to sing?
I think there's 135.
Is that right? Okay.
Like
It's
nine-
roughly.
nine
It's
to 10.
probably about 30. I think
About.
some odd bits.
A bit.
It's wonderful. It's filled with great songs and great comedy. You'll even have some choreography, I understand.
Yes. I'm consistently dancing. Or more like I'm standing looking regal while people dance behind me.
So, Arthur, you take us on this guided tour, right?
I am the leader.
You're the leader of the band.
Well, I am king.
As king. You will take us, and we go on a search. We're on a journey, actually. In the show.
Quest.
A quest, okay. The quest is for...
The Holy Grail.
The quail.
We're hoping to find the original that was used at the Last Supper.
Correct. It's the vessel.
And that's really the purpose of the evening.
Well, I suppose it's a metaphor. We're looking for the Grail within us, if you will. But yes, I mean the goal is to find a cup.
Now, along the way, we meet with all kinds...
Wait a second. God has misplaced the cup, and He wants you to find it.
Apparently.
Wow.
You're
Then
in
that's what
close-
it's all about.
You're in close communication with God during the show.
He does talk to me directly.
He appears actually in some form.
Oh yes.
Yes. He's a bit rude. But, he is God, after all.
That's right.
A lot of things appear unexpectedly.
Well,
And
So you go by accident to a different country.
what do you mean?
Well, I thought you were in England,
Yes.
but then what's the Finnish interlude here?
we end up in Florissant.
Florissant. Okay.
No. It was a mistake. No. See, the show starts in England. The people in Finland, they thought we said Finland, but we said England. It's just a big miscommunication.
So from the beginning, you first of all settle the miscommunication.
Yes.
And get everybody going on the right direction.
Yes.
And
like
there are
around the
beautiful
world.
and there are beautiful ladies in the show.
Oh yes. Oh.
A few. One of them's played by a fellow named Nathan.
Oh, good. We're glad to hear that.
Yes.
That's always good for. And then you have the Trojan horse at some point.
No.
No.
No horses will be used.
No.
in the show.
There's no horses in the show.
No horses.
No. How about the Trojan rabbit?
Trojan rabbit.
It's quite
Not
large.
sure about
Quite-
rabbit.
Yes.
A large wooden rabbit.
A large wooden rabbit, which we are. Yes, indeed, we
You're
use
going to
to
sneak into.
Wait a
infiltrate-
minute. Wait. Sneak into where? What are you going to sneak?
No.
A wooden rabbit?
It's a gift. It's a gift. It's full of chocolate.
This interview is over. I don't want to hear.
It's fine. It's fine. No.
All right.
At any rate,
You signed for the full hour.
the other parts of the show is actually it's a show within a show, because while you're on your journey, you find that you have to make a show. Is that right?
Well, yes, we are put on on the quest for the Grail. We are put on a second quest, a secondary or tertiary, if you will, quest to make a Broadway show here in this very theater.
In Florissant.
Yes,
And in order to do that, you'll need a producer for the show.
I suppose we would. Yes, we would need many things. We need a director and performers, but you know,
Talented performers.
Well, obviously,
People who can sing and dance.
often at the same time.
Right.
That would be great.
And Jews.
Jews.
We need a few Jews for
Well,
it.
that's just tasteless.
Well, maybe.
It's one of those things that happens.
It says.
And there are cheerleaders in the show, I understand.
Yes.
there are.
Well, we have the Laker girls, the actual Laker girls from the Lady of the Lake.
Not from the basketball team, but from
What?
the Lady of the Lake.
Yes.
Basketball.
Better. Better than the
one of our
basketball
sports.
team.
Is that right? Is that right?
Is it like cricket?
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the show won a lot of awards on Broadway.
Yes. Back in what? 2005. Yes, it won many.
I think it won Best Musical, right, for the Tonys, and I think also the Drama Desk Award. And then it won 3 of each, actually, and won a Grammy. The album, the original album, actually won a Grammy in 2006 for a Best Musical Show. So there's no question about the quality of it. And one of the more interesting things for me is that some of the actors will appear in multiple parts. Taunter, for example, you'll be on stage more than once with a different character.
Yes. There'll be, I believe, 7 to 8 various characters and throughout, and I don't want to give away too much. You know,
we don't want to tell them everything.
You know.
Your very broad acting style will be seen throughout the show.
Yes. But one I'm particularly proud of, and I will be playing the understudy to the shrubbery that we will be having in the show now.
Let's talk about the shrubbery.
Well, we could not do it without the shrubbery, yes? Yeah.
Where does the shrubs come into the show? There's a character that's actually a shrub.
Well, we were actually we were told by very powerful the knights who say ni that they require a shrubbery for us to pass through their land. Therefore, to find the Grail, it's absolutely essential.
It'll make a lot of sense if we get into the audience.
If you look at the mise en scène of the entire show, the shrubbery is essential.
Okay.
The what?
The mise en scène. It's French.
I never.
You two get along well during the show, eh?
You know what? You know, on stage we're rivals, but in real life we're actually quite good friends.
So the taunts and all the jokes and the barbs are all friendly. In
course.
the end.
Yes, very
Everybody's
much.
laughing.
Just friendly. I would never.
Let's get back to the dancing one last time. The silly dance was always my favorite thing. In
Silly
the Monty
walk.
Python. The silly walk. That's
which
it.
can evolve into the silly dance,
Silly
you know,
dance,
depending on
but
what you're doing.
Is the silly walk going to make an appearance in the musical? That's
I don't do anything silly. I'm a king.
There are a few silly things and that take place in the show, and I do believe you'll find a silly walk or two.
a silly walk or two would be wonderful. Great music, a beautiful set more than likely.
Of course.
The action takes place in a number of different. Just tell me where the action starts and some of the set we might see along the way. then.
Is it Mercia? I guess.
Well, no. We start, of course, as you mentioned, in Finland.
Okay.
But that's very brief. And
Very
then we go
brief stop.
immediately to large castles where we argue about the physics of coconuts, and briefly, I believe, to France, or does France make it to England?
It's a secret. That part is the secret.
Sorry,
How we end
France
up in
or England? Okay, somewhere in there.
They're very near each other.
Very close.
They're very, very,
Water,
very close.
yeah,
We
separated.
make it to where the Lady of the Lake exists. We travel over mountains and seas.
All right.
And, eventually we do meet God.
Wonderful.
Well,
That's what I thought. God makes an appearance in Florissant every day, but now especially on
yes,
stage.
more direct.
Oh, yes.
We will welcome him.
We know how busy he is.
because
so
he
for
has to
him-
sort out. This is so complex. No, it's
very-
so much fun that somebody has to sort it out. And the Grail is involved, and he's pretty tight with the Grail and
It is
knows
his
a bit
favorite
about
cup.
it. Yeah, his favorite cup.
Pretty
so.
tight, but he lost it.
No. It's a great show. It's an award-winning show. We've got a great company here for the Alpha players. We've got to get down to some brass tacks, or nobody will get there. We've got
Well.
to tell them, first of all, what they can expect as far as dates and times go, and how much the price is. You remember
Well,
the dates?
of course, the show does play for 5 performances. The evening of the September the 26th and the 27th, it's Friday and a Saturday,
Okay.
followed by the next weekend, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of October.
First full weekend in October.
Correct.
All right.
The 5th is actually a matinee for those who don't like to stay up late.
That's right. A lot of us nowadays.
Well.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, yes. The normal price tickets are $20 each. For seniors and students, $18. For children, 12 and under, $12 each.
It's a good deal.
Though on the opening night, we actually do have a special for anyone 21 and under with appropriate ID, of course. We have a $12 ticket for them. We like to
Yes,
bring in
we
the-
are death on those IDs. Do come by. If you're 21 and under on opening night, let's pack the place for Monty Python's great hit. Eric Idle was the genius behind all of this. He still is around and kicking and
Kicking, screaming,
Screaming.
yes, and going to the bank, I believe.
and someday there may be a second version of Spamalot out, do you think?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't think
I believe
so.
Spamalot is a second edition of a film they made a long time ago.
Very good. So the third edition would be unthinkable. Looking forward to it.
They might skip the second one, go right to the third, maybe.
Right,
that
right.
would be,
We're looking forward to the audience coming to this one and enjoying it. It's a lot like Camelot, only funnier. And actually, some of the relationships are harder to understand. Here, when we try and explain them, but will be easy to understand if you make it to the theater. The great thing about this, too, it's part of a season ticket that the Alpha players are presenting. We'd like to invite you to join us. Even if you make it to the first show, I'm sure they'll sell you that season ticket. $39 for adults, $35 for seniors and students, and that gets you 3 delightful shows in the Alpha
It's like
season.
3 for the price of 2.
Yeah, all right.
3, 2.
Your Majesty, have you been on have you graced the Alpha stage before in another world or another
Has
town?
he?
A bit, once or twice. Yes, I did perform a while ago in the show Les Miserables.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, I played the officer Javert. Now, the only problem I had with that is that it was full of Frenchmen. I didn't care for that, but they made up for it because they all had British accents. So something I could really latch onto, so it's fine.
It was a great hit musical. Taunter, have you...
Something against the French, huh? Now you see why I have to taunt you so much in this show.
It's fine. This is
All right.
Taunter, is this how many appearances have you graced?
This will be my first show,
Wonderful,
Gary. Yes,
wonderful.
I have done a few. My second with Alpha, Arsenic and Old Lace a couple years ago, and but most recently, that would have been a few
Arsenic
years
What
Old
happened to
Lace.
your accent?
It comes and goes, it comes and goes.
Gentlemen, it's great to be here with you. We're looking forward to the fall musical,
Of
The Alpha
course.
Players. One of the great things about this thing is it's that season ticket. So do join them for the whole season. The other shows in the season, I don't know if you're familiar with, but could you mention them?
The next show that we'll be doing is actually called Perfumery, which is very famous. You might not have heard of it, but it's very famous. It's actually had several films based on it, including Shop Around the Corner with James Stewart and You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks,
great.
all based on this very, 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 very good play that I may well be involved with as well. And then the final show is called King of the Moon.
You got a plug right in there. That's good. That's good. It's perfect. Perfect. Beautiful,
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
Up and down.
Right. The third show is actually King of the Moon, which is a sequel to Over the Tavern, which they actually have done in the past. Yes.
Wonderful show. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
So we're looking forward to that fine season being kicked off with a wonderful musical comedy. Come and laugh your socks off. I think that you will the time will fly by, and we'll all have a great fall day to remember if you join the Alpha Players for Spamalot on Stage. Gentlemen, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Our pleasure.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, Gary.
We're going to take up the calendar of events now. Just go a few more things that we couldn't bring actors all the way from England for. So this will be your chance to get a pencil and paper out and jot down some other ideas for this fall that you can participate at our facility in. Hi, we're going to take up the calendar of events now for this fall. St. Louis Family Theater Series opens up their fall season, and actually it runs into the spring with a season ticket, but that opening show is The Musical Adventures of Flat Stanley. It's being presented by the Dallas Children's Theater Company from Dallas, Texas, and that's here in October 10th, 11th, and 12th. October 10th is a Friday evening at 7:30 p.m., and then the 11th and 12th, Saturday and Sunday, are matinees only at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Great prices, too. For years they've been $7, and they still are $7 for all members of the family. Stanley Lamb Chopped is just like everyone else. That's a problem. For Stanley, life is too normal. He wants to travel the world, do something amazing, something no one's ever seen before. Careful what you wish for, Stanley. One night, the bulletin board on his wall above his bed comes loose and falls right on top of him. The next morning, Stanley Lamb Chop wakes up flat. Not just a little flat, really, really flat. In a whirlwind musical travelogue, Stanley, the ultimate challenge exchange student, explores the globe and learns that heroes come in all sizes and shapes. Again, a fair price for that one from Dallas, Texas, one of the best children's theater companies in the United States. The Dallas Children's Theater has been in business for many years. St. Luke's Shakespeare is here in the month of October as well. They're going to be part of our our Applause series for adults, actually part of the season ticket for that. But they're bringing in a Shakespearean comedy to start off their and our season with Much Ado About Nothing. To make this less complicated, if you are a subscriber to the Applause series, this will be one of the shows you can pick for your season ticket, and it will be well worth it. It's co-directed by the St. Louis Shakespeare Artistic Director, Donna Northcott, and Nick Muramarco. He's going to be directing with her. At $20 for adults. General admission tickets are $18, seniors $15 for students, teachers. Also, you get a break on your tickets, so keep those in mind, and also think about joining this as part of our Applause series. Let me give you the times and dates for the Shakespeare. October the 17th, 18th, and 19th, it's on stage for its first weekend. That's Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m., and then a Sunday, matinee only, on the 19th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then on the next week, it's here on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. On October the 23rd, that Thursday, 7:30 p.m. curtain, and then on Friday and Saturday, October the 24th and 25th, 8 p.m. curtains. Again, this is about a pair of reluctant lovers. Much Ado About Nothing speaks about a merry war of wits. Becoming innocent victims of a villainous plot to destroy their happiness, the lovers run into trouble. But thanks to the dogged persistence of a truly remarkable keeper of the peace, love prevails at last in one of Shakespeare's most popular romantic comedies. Having collaborated as director and designer in several productions, this duo of Northcott and Muramarco are sure to bring double laughs to this fast-paced romantic comedy. It's appropriate for all ages, and actually it is a part of our Applause season ticket package. Northwind's Concert Band is here then in the month of October as well, at the end of the month, on a Sunday afternoon that pops. Northwind's Concert Band is here on October the 26th. That afternoon, it's a 3 p.m. curtain. It's under the direction of Larry Marsh, and they usually present, and again will be presenting, a high-spirited concert on that afternoon. The program is filled with tuneful, uplifting music, including music from films and Broadway. And the band will also present some special pre-Halloween musical tricks or treats for the audience. Again, 55 fine local musicians on stage. They are part of the Ferguson-Florissant Community Education Program. Great prices on tickets, too, for this one. $8 for adults, $6 for seniors and students. In the month of November, the Hawthorne Players are here presenting Rabbit Hole, November 7th and 8th, Friday and Saturday evening at 8 p.m., and then it continues the next full weekend in November, November 14th, 15th, and 16th. Friday and Saturday again, 8 p.m., and then on Sunday matinee, November the 16th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon to end the run of the show. $18 for adults, $16 for seniors and students for this one. And there are group rates available as well. I believe it's 10 for 10. The Corbettes have everything a family could want until a life-shattering accident turns their world upside down and leaves a couple drifting perilously apart. Rabbit Hole charts their search for comfort in the darkest of places and for a path that will lead them back into the light of day. This show won the 2007 Pulitzer Prize. And then Florissant Fine Arts Council continues their Applause series. Again, I can't say enough about this show series. You can pick 8 different performances throughout the year, contact our box office, and get one of these nice brochures sent to you. Again, the show that we're featuring second is Flipside, the Patti Page story. This one's bound to sell out. It's the real-life story of Patti Page. It's been off Broadway and now finally making it on the road, and that'll be our second choice for subscribers in this season. November the 22nd, Saturday evening at 8 p.m., KPMP artist from Austin, Texas will bring us this great show. If you don't subscribe, you pay full price, $28 for adults, $26 for seniors and students. If you subscribe, we can give you up to 30% off by picking just the right season for you and your family. Flipside, the Patti Page story, was a winner of 18 national awards at the Kennedy Center Honors. It's a musical celebration of her rise to stardom. Flipside takes audiences on a well-conceived journey to 1965 in a place that used to be KTUL radio station. That's written from the interviews of Miss Page herself. This show features 28 of her greatest hits, including some like the Tennessee Waltz, How Much Is That Doggy in the Window, Mockingbird Hill, and many others that Patti Page brought to great fame, was very much on the hit parade all through her life with her music. The next show is our City of Florissant special, Click Clack Moo. It's going to be on stage from TheaterWorks USA in New York City, November 23rd, 28th, and 29th. That's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving, all matinees only at 2 o'clock each afternoon. You all know TheaterWorks USA, if you've been here before, some of the best musical comedies ever to grace a stage for young people and families. And again, it is part of our family subscription series. You want the best prices on these shows, buy them by the season ticket. Guarantee that seat for the entire year. Just to point out to you, we did Flat Stanley earlier in the show. Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type, is the second production in the season. Lily's Purple Plastic Purse comes in January, Curious George in February, and The Adventures of Harold and the Purple Crayon comes to us in March to wrap up the season. If you don't have this brochure for your family or children, get it, check it out, buy that season ticket. Let's just go over the plot for Click Clack Moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? Farmer Brown cries. His granddaughter Jenny comes for a visit. Farmer Brown declares the farm to be a tech-free zone. He confiscates Jenny's laptop in the coal barn along with the shivering cows who use her computer to type messages to the farmer requesting blankets. He gets upset with these messages. "No way," replies the farmer. "No blankets." So the cows go on strike and the chickens join them in solidarity. No blankets, no milk, no eggs. Will Farmer Brown give in to the animals' demands? Will Jenny get her computer back? Find out in this hilarious, moving adventure. It's a new musical about negotiation and compromise as well as fun farm animals for the kids. Really teaches some good lessons. The Caldecott Honor Book was by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin. You might want to grab a copy of it and read it before you get these tickets for your children. Usually this show is $7. We've discounted it $5.25 for all who come to the production just because it's Thanksgiving and we want to fill those seats. And actually, if you're a scout troop, we'll even discount them again for you. $3.75 for scouts if they come out in groups. You can't beat that price. Even for a movie, you can't get into the movies, and you will have a hit musical comedy here just for you. So we've taken the calendar all the way to Thanksgiving. We've got some great shows coming up. We've got 3 different series that you can subscribe to. Remember the Alpha Players, that opens with Spamalot. the Family Theater series that opens with Flat Stanley, and the Applause series that opens with the St. Louis Shakespeare Company production of Much Ado About Nothing. That one runs through the Patti Page story that we mentioned. There's a jazz Christmas concert, Tied Up in Knots, which is Don Knotts' daughter is going to be in this one. The Ball Knobbers Jamboree from Branson, Missouri will be part of our season this year. I'm sure that one will sell out. If you don't get that subscription ticket, you're not going to have a great seat for that. Della's Diner, that's also from the State Theater of Georgia, a great musical comedy. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, another great musical comedy. And To Kill a Mockingbird, an American classic. It's going to be here from the National Players in Olney, Maryland to wrap up the season. Got a great season coming up. Call 921-5678 or go online, www.florissantmo.com. Click on the theater icon. We'll sell tickets to you 24 hours a day if you want to pay a modest service charge. But even more importantly, call and get us to send you these brochures. Get on our mailing list so we can keep you on the best discount list that we've got going. Thanks for joining us for another edition of On Cue. See you real soon.